Hello friends, welcome to my channel. This is Charan. Let's continue the MS Excel Power Query video tutorial series. Now in this video tutorial, I will explain using a Power Query how to populate data, the even or odd records from a table from an SQL Server table and display on Excel sheet. So let's start the tutorial. That's it. And here we got the final output of our application. Notice above records we got even numbers and below we have the odd numbers from this SQL Server table. From the employee table we are connected to the SQL Server employee table using a Power Query to get the even and odd numbers, odd records.
If you are a first time visitor to my channel, please subscribe to get the latest updates.
For this video tutorial, I have created one new workbook. The workbook name is a book 1. Now my aim is I want to get only the even or odd records from an employee table and display on this Excel sheet using a Power Query. For that, first we require the Power Query. Go to data. Notice here in the data there is a new query option here. Click that one. From database, new SQL Server database. And here it prompted with the SQL Server database name, server name. So let's connect to my SQL Server database to get the server name of the SQL Server. Switch over to the SQL Server Management Studio. I am connecting to the database. Notice the plus symbol. Click that one. Click. This is the server name. Let's copy this one first. Then connect. We check the table. From the databases folder, I am expanding the databases. Here we have 3 databases, user-defined databases. For this example, I am taking the Charan database. Let me expand this database as well as the tables folder of the Charan database. Now I am taking the employee table. Let's browse the table. We will find the records. Select top 1000 rows. And here we got the records of the employee table below in the preview. Right now we got only 11 records. Now my aim is I want to get only the even records, even numbers 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 like that. Only the even numbers, the employee records on this Excel sheet. So first let's add our server name, then we require the database optional. Here the database optional is I am using advanced option to write the SQL queries. So for that we require the requires the database names also. So the database is, again switch over to my SQL Server Management Studio. The database is a Charan. See here the Charan database. In this Charan database we have the employee table. So let's add the Charan, the database name, and here the query is select start from employee table. The table name is the employee and where employee ID is employee ID percentage 2 is equals to 0. This is the filter, gets the even numbers. I'm starting with the employee ID to get the even numbers. That's it. Now click OK and see here we got 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. We got the even numbers here. Now load the data. I'm selecting the table and I want to display the data on the existing worksheet only, and I'm selecting the range is A1 range. Let's select the A1 range only. Click load and here the query is executed. Successfully got the even records from the employee table. Now the second method I will show you how to get the odd numbers from the employee table using the blank Power Query editor. So before we have connected directly, now we are using the blank query. For that, go to data again. Now let's create new query from other sources. Click the blank query. And here we redirected to the query editor. Now in the query option there is the advanced editor. Click that one. In the advanced editor, notice this is the default coding part which we will get. Now here, first thing, we are connecting to the SQL Server database. So SQL dot database is a method. In this method, the first parameter takes the server name. Let's add our server name. Notice the plug symbol, click that one. Here we got the server name. I'm copying my server name, click cancel and paste here. After that, we require the database name. What is the database name here? The Charan database name. Charan is the Charan database name, and the Charan database name. And the last one, between square brackets, I'm adding query is equals to between double quotes. Between double quotes, select start from employee table where employee ID %2 is not equals to 0. When we want to get even numbers, we require %2 is equals to 0. We have written the code %2 is equals to 0. But here is %2 is not equals to 0, which means we are getting the odd numbers from the employee table, odd records from the employee table based on the employee ID. Click done. And notice here we got the odd numbers from the employee table. This is the employee table. We are getting 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. 9, 11. Now let's load this data. Close and load to. Select the table. I want to display on the existing sheet. After that, I am selecting the table range. I want to load on the A10. Click load. That's it. And here we got the final output of our application. Notice above records we got even numbers, and below we have the odd numbers from this SQL Server table. From the employee table, we are connected to the SQL Server employee table using a Power Query to get the even and odd numbers, odd records. That's it. Thanks for watching this video tutorial. Please subscribe, share and leave your valuable comment. We'll catch you in my next video tutorial.